how to set goals, the power of daily goal setting. I know that I've mentioned to you before that we all should have a major big goal in life, a propelling vision that drives us and makes our life worth living for. But it's crucial to understand that we need to break it down into a smaller, something more actionable, that we can actually make progress to that big, glamorous vision that we have. So, I'm sure that all of you have this vision in mind, a clear vision of what your life, you want your life to be like in 5 years, 3 years, or even the next year. And sometimes it can feel quite overwhelming at times. You see that goal that you have on your wall. For me, I write my goals and I write them down and I stick it up like this. And sometimes when you look at these yearly goals, life goals, you get this feeling of being afraid, like you don't know if you can achieve it and you can't see the whole staircase. But you need to remember that it isn't about seeing the whole staircase. It's about taking that one step, even when you can't see the staircase, because that is what having faith is. So I urge all of you to understand that as important as it is to have a very big vision of what you want your life to be, you need to also delve it down to weekly, monthly, daily goals, so that you can actually comprehend that big vision. Sometimes you look at your goals and you're like, okay, wow, that's big. I don't know what to do. And you just get overwhelmed and it causes overthinking, which then leads to you not taking any action and not achieving your goals. That's why we need to break it down into things that we know that we can do. For example, if you have a goal of having a most shredded physique or running a marathon, and you're just a beginner, there will be no way you would not even start because you're so scared. What we need to do is we need to break them down. So once you have the micro vision, you need to go into the macro scale, the daily stuff, the weekly stuff, because it's what you do in the weeks, the days, that will create the week, and what you do in the weeks that will create the month, and what you do in the month will create the year, and what you do in the year will create your life. So choose to scale down now after you have that big vision. So now I'll be talking to you about how you can set goals. First of all, very simple, get a journal. Just go get a journal, a blank page journal, just like this, and I just track down every single day, daily list. I'm sure you heard of it, daily to-do list. But before you go to the daily to-do list, I need you to map out every quarter, so 3 months, which is 90 days, and write down around 2 to 3 projects, 1 to 3 projects that you are you going to delve in, going to lock in on for the whole 3 months. Don't try to change up what you want to do. Stick to it, because that's what actually makes progress. So remember, you have that major big ambition of yours. You break it down into yearly goals, and then now the yearly, we need to break it up into quarterly goals. So for me, as you can tell, I've broken up into 4 quarters per 2025, and I mapped out what will the rough quarter be for the first one, because I'm in it now. And I have chosen 3 sections that I want to focus on and work on, and that's why I know what I need to do and what is important. So once you have that 3 projects that you want to work on, and you go all in on in that 90 days, you need to have a weekly reset. So you can choose your day. I choose Sunday. Have a weekly reset. You sit down for 30 minutes, plan what are your priorities for the week. It could be, maybe your exam is upcoming the next week, so you actually can't focus on your passion projects for a while. So you need to prioritize. You can't do everything every single week. You need to choose what matters more in the moment, in that current week, and you focus on them. So let's say I have an exam upcoming. I can't work on my YouTube, I can't work on my business because I need to focus on my studies, and that's okay. Know your priorities. Plan your rough, don't need to be super detailed, but a rough weekly plan, like, oh, okay, in this week I need to write my first chapter of this book, I need to plan for this, I need to write a report on this. Once you plan your weekly list, then you go even deeper to daily list, your daily task. And that's what I do in my journal. Go to a random page, write down the date, and then write down the project in a simple word. So maybe let's say studies is one area, fitness is one area. You write your projects for that current quarter. So maybe for me is studies, business, education. And then under that tree, I write a few lists that I want, a few tasks that I want to do today. I write them down. I don't overgive myself, because when you try to do too many, then you just feel even worse when you don't accomplish them. It's not about how many things you get done, it's about the order that you get them done in. So once you write down the few goals that you want for the day, what you then do is to set like a star, like you draw a star on the thing, on the task that will move the needle the most to your dream life. You need to understand that we all have limited time, and 20% of the input will result in 80% of the output. So you need to choose your outsized returns, the actions that matter most. So choose your a priority task for the day, like your one adventure mission today that you must completely get it done, and it's okay if the rest do not get it done. Like that one thing it should be the most hardest, most important, most impactful task for the day. And once you finish them, you can call that day a win. Choose that one task and go finish it by the day. Okay, I also want to talk about keeping track of what you do, having a progress tracker, because most of us, when we have this daily list, sometimes we don't accomplish them and we feel bad, and we feel like we are not making progress to our big ambitious goal. I'm sure you're all ambitious as you're watching this. I feel that we really need to be more kind to ourselves by really understanding that we have grown, and we need to track even the minor things down. Like, no one will compliment you if you felt tired but you still did the work. That's why you should compliment yourself for that. Write down in your journal or something saying, oh, I felt tired, I didn't want to record a YouTube video, but I still did it. I still wrote the script. I'm here right now talking to the camera, and that's a win for me. Yes, these minor stuff do matter, so take note. Last one is, I want to tell you how you can readjust your life, readjust your goals, because sometimes you need to understand that work is endless. There'll always be one more question you can do, one more task you can finish. It isn't about how much you do, it's about how long you can do it for. What makes someone exceptional is not about how much they do, it's about how long they do it for, doing the same things over and over and over again for a long period of time. Consistency breeds competence. That's why it's not about finishing it, but it's about outlasting. You don't aim to get in shape, you aim to stay in shape. You don't aim to be healthy, you aim to stay healthy. It's always about how consistent you are. Because yes, you can lose weight, get your ideal physique for 3 weeks, and then after that gain all the weight back. That's not what we want. We want to have a consistent success throughout our life. And that's why we need to understand that we need to be consistent by working at a natural pace and not overworking ourselves. Because sometimes we are ambitious, we want to be ambitious, we want to get things done, and we try to do everything, work 12 hours a day. Yes, some seasons it require us to, but most of the time we need to tone it down and work with quality and quantity while also recharging ourselves. So make sure to understand that recovery is king, and yes, adjust whenever needed. So that comes to a conclusion. Remember to subscribe, and remember to create impact, and that you're the hero of your story.